It's the Upright Baby. Welcome to it, man, for your special sports prediction preview. And we are looking at the APL match between Manchester United at the Old Trafford, bringing in Manchester City. So it's the Manchester Derby, and you know it's going to be hot. Now, Manchester United, rather, they just came from swapping, or rather changing their coach, asking Ruben Amorim. It's a new team. You know what happens in other leagues when they change a coach. When they change a coach, the team becomes a little bit stronger than before. I'm expecting to see that from Manchester United, although I'm not yet impressed. If you remember, just on the 11th of this month, Manchester United succumbed to a 2-0 loss to Brighton of Albania. Not 2-0, but 2-1. And prior to that, they drew with Burnley 2-2. Now, Manchester United come to this game without a win in their last 4 games. The last time they won, it's that surprise win against Newcastle United. They won in December the 26th, Boxing Day. They won by 1-0. That's the last time they actually won a match. You know what I mean? And a goal that was called on the 24th minute by Dogu, and none of the two teams managed to actually bring in another goal. Now they coming to this game from a loss against Brighton to play against a very, 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 very strong team at the moment. Manchester United coming from 2 wins, a 2-0 win against Newcastle United, and a 10-1 win against Exeter, right? That was in the FA Cup and in the Carabao Cup. In the Premier League, I can tell you that in their last 3 games, they haven't won. Yeah, it's been draw. They've drawn against Brighton of Albania 1-1, draw against Chelsea 1-1, and they've also drawn against Sunderland. Sunderland, that they have most of their squad players out in the AFCON. They've drawn against Sunderland 0-0. But if you look at the head-to-head between these two teams, Manchester City winning here their last game. They won 3-0, drawn before that, losing 2-1 prior to that. They've won 2-1, and they've lost 2-1. So Manchester United, in their last 5 games, they've been 2 wins for each side and 1 draw, with Manchester City winning their last game. They come into this game with a very high odd. Manchester United, they are not the favorites, at 3.60 to 1.92 Manchester City odd. I do think, man, that Manchester City will definitely not lose at this game. If you look at Manchester United home form, they've lost their last game, which was against Brighton. They've drawn with Wolves before that. They've won against Newcastle prior to that, and then they've drawn their last 2 games. And if you look at Manchester City away form, it's been 4 wins and 1 draw, and wins with higher goal margin. The buying of Antonio Semenyo, I think that would definitely bring about a little bit of a difference in this game. I don't like giving guarantees when it comes to football, right? I don't like doing that. You know what I mean? It's your money that's involved. I don't like doing that. But for this game, a double chance, it will give you money. Believe me, call me after the match and let me know. Manchester City will definitely not win this one, not lose this one, because they are also gunning for that title, right? They are gunning for that title. They've drawn enough. So this is definitely a game they must win. But I would actually say, why don't you try a double chance Manchester City, which it's not a bad odd. It's actually something around 1.40. And best of luck.